guys, Cher here. Yeah, another location change because if you can't guess where I am right now, Hurricane Matthew is approaching and I just did not want to be on campus right now because apparently if you're staying on campus, you literally have to be living in the science building, and when I'm in the science building, that means other people are going to be there, and that means I will not be able to do my videos when other people are around, unless they want to join, but of course they don't know what I'm doing, so it might be a little bit weird. But I guess since a lot of people are on the topic of hurricanes right now, I thought I'd just do a tiny little vlog video about, maybe some hopefully lightening lighten up stories about hurricanes, because coming from the north, I have not experienced many. However, I did, and well, this is actually my first hurricane down south, so I kind of don't know what to experience, but my relatives do, so I should be fine. Well, I guess this video is also to let you know I'm alive. But, let's see. I'm just gonna get, like, the negative story out of the way. The first hurricane that I actually ever stayed in the area for, or literally could not leave the area for, was when I was in 10th grade, so that was like 2000, when I was in start of 10th grade, it was, yeah, 2011. And it was around Halloween, and of course, Hurricane Sandy hit. And, so what happened was, of course, during the school week, they told us the hurricane was coming, and they actually, I think it was on a Friday, they canceled school for that day, because that was the day when they believed that the hurricane was approaching, and they just didn't want anyone to leave their houses, of course, like, anytime the storm were to strike. So, for the entire Friday, nothing happens. It's just kind of windy. So people of course, are posting on Facebook and Tumblr, like, expectations of Hurricane Sandy, which showed us this mass disaster kind of thing, which kind of mocked Hurricane Katrina, which was not okay. But then they showed reality of Hurricane Sandy, which was just a tipped over lawn chair. But yeah, when the nighttime came, that was not the case. I was literally in my bedroom, and I could not sleep for hours because it was lightning, larger wind than the usual, and a hell ton of rain. And normally I can sleep through storms just fine, but considering this was a hurricane we're talking about here, it was pretty bad. And I think I finally fell asleep at, like, I don't know, 2:30, 3 in the morning. So we wake up the next day, and long and behold, the power went out, as expected. Power went out, and so basically we didn't have warm water, and we couldn't use the microwave to cook our meals. I mean, fortunately we had a gas stove, so we could still cook things on the gas stove, but literally for a couple days also the power lines went down, so it was not safe to drive at all. Not safe to drive. And my dad walked around the neighborhood, and apparently trees were, like, cut in half. Some trees landed on people's roofs, crashing through bedrooms, and I was just like, oh my god, this is... I don't know, like, I'm assuming, well, I know that people in Florida are a lot more prepared for hurricanes, because normally they come from the Atlantic and scoop up the southeast coast, and Florida gets them all the time. They literally have parties before the hurricane as to celebrate, I don't know, it's like a positive apocalypse party, but I wouldn't exactly call it that. No, Jersey, it was like the actual apocalypse. We were scared for crap. And for 6 days, our house had no power. Because not only did we have the hurricane hit us, we had huge snowstorm hit us right after that. I know, it's the end of October, it's Halloween, and we have a snowstorm right after a hurricane. I don't know, this was like the weirdest fall for weather I have ever seen in my life. And yeah, considering this is from Jersey, it was very unexpected. I mean, if we lived in Canada, yeah, like snow in October, that's completely normal. No, but in Jersey, it was weird. That year was completely weird. And like I said, no power for 6 days. One of those days, we had to go to the gym to take showers because last time we tried to wash our hair, well, we only washed our hair once, and Mom had to boil water, and we basically shampooed and conditioned in like this giant pot, which was, I mean, it was useful, but it was not a shower. But knowing me, I do not want to share a shower with the whole rest of the community. So at first I was really against it, but considering I was 15, I had no choice in the matter. I had to take a shower at the gym, and it was gross. I regret it to this day. But fortunately, on the sixth night, we got the power back, but apparently the phone lines were still not working, or the electrical wires were not set up properly, so we couldn't return back to our daily lives yet. We missed a lot of school during this time, and I think what happened was, I think Governor Christie was like, okay, we don't want them to like miss out on their summer days, because normally when with each day of school missed, that's beyond our 3-day allowing limit, because these 3 days are only used for when, usually in the winter season, when it snows, and if it snows too much, school buses can't get through, drive on ice or anything, that's when these 3 days are used. But apparently these 3 days were used up due to this hurricane, but Christie said, we'll just call it a tropical, well, I don't know, he called it a tropical, no, I don't know what really happened, but I think originally Sandy was a tropical storm, which is not as severe, but considering this is Jersey case, he decided to call it a hurricane because due to emergency circumstances, we can give some of those days back to the school, give some of those days back to the school, and so that kids would have more days of break. I think that's what happened. So, basically, we lost, I think, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we lost President's Day, and we lost the first day of spring break due to this very weird weather phenomenon that happened in Jersey. But yeah, I think that's what happened. But my parents booked that spring break vacation like months beforehand. We were still going despite that one stupid day of school during spring break week. Now that I think about it, I think majority of people did not show up to school despite that, because they're like, it's one day, who cares? So I think that was like the worst story, but I have two more that are pretty short. Okay, so, I forgot how long ago this was. I think I just started middle school, and we were coming back from a vacation in Florida. We were driving back up, and apparently during that time we were down there, Hurricane Ernesto, or Tropical Storm Ernesto hit, and as soon as we got back, it found out it tipped over the garden's cherry blossom tree. Like, we had a beautiful cherry blossom tree that would always blossom in spring. I would bring cherry blossoms to school to give to people, but then the storm Ernesto came, knocked it right down, and it was never going to come back to life. I was so mad. Well, more like upset, because that was like my favorite tree in the garden. And some weird circumstance swept by and like tore right off its roots. But we weren't, like I said, we weren't there for that, so we don't believe anything else happened. It was just really bad wind and all that stuff. But then the second one I remember, this was for my This was me when we were coming back from California, so I think this was before Hurricane Sandy, the summer before Hurricane Sandy. It was Hurricane Irene, I believe. Yeah, it was Hurricane Irene. We were spending our last days in California, but then our flight got canceled because they're like, oh, there's a hurricane, like, coming in, and we can't have planes flying back to the east. And we were just like, well, what are we supposed to do? So, like, we had to book more rooms at the Grand Californian Hotel in Disneyland because we were like, okay, we're at least we can spend a few more days in Disneyland. Look on the bright side. I mean, I was at least trying to be positive because this is California. How can you hate it? But I think we were already getting homesick at that point. So the fact that we found out that our flight got delayed or canceled due to this hurricane, it was kind of miserable for us. And I missed high school orientation, so I think that was pretty bad for me on my part, but by the first day of school came around, I got around the building just fine, and I didn't have to suffer that much, but it was kind of unfortunate that I did miss orientation because I thought I missed a couple things, but whatever. Whatever happens, happens. Now we got Hurricane Matthew on our hands. I wish I could show you the window, but the lighting's kind of bad in here. Yeah, it was raining before, but I don't know if it stopped. I don't hear anything, so it might have stopped, but because it's been raining, it was going on and off all day today. But from what I've heard, it was supposed to get worse by tonight, but my relatives are not that sure. They've been keeping an eye on the news all morning. They were saying, oh, it's probably just wind and rain. That's probably the worst we're gonna get. Because the town that they live in is on the west side of the state, west side of the coast. And the storm is on the east side, but it came in to the center of the state, so the beaches are gonna be hit pretty bad. And it's probably gonna be kind of bad in the center, but I think we just missed the curve. My direction's horrible. We missed the curve of the storm, I think, just barely. So probably it's not gonna hit us. Probably it might. We are still not sure yet. But I'll try and do my best to make more videos as I can for you guys. Most of my material's back at school, so I probably can't come up with too much right now. But for those of you who are in the southeast area of the United States who are going to be affected by this hurricane, I just want to let you know to stay safe. These are usually not a joking matter, and like, if you live with people who know what they're doing, make sure you follow their advice, like be stocked up on water, charge all your devices, have your cars filled up with gas, because you never know what's going to happen, and if nothing doesn't happen, you're just fortunate. Like, I'm literally having this computer on full charge right now, and my phone is literally charging at the back of the bed right now, because I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, if worse comes to worse, it's probably going to be rain and winds, but I mean, at least we do have everything in stock right now, and my aunt's working from home today, so she's not going to be affected too much by that. But anyway, stay safe, make sure you have everything on hand, and stay classy, folks, because we can get through anything here. So that's all I have for today. Oh, one more thing. I can't believe I almost said that. That's all, folks. If you know what Picarto is, which I'll show a logo probably right here somewhere, it's a streaming website. If you guys know what Twitch is a gaming streaming website. Picarto is for art and sort of creative writing? Well, I have a Picarto account now, and I'm going to be using to stream some of my writing processes because I'm still working on my script for college class, and I have other stuff I could be working on to show you guys. So I thought that would be fun. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming anytime soon because, like I said, the hurricane and such. But if I am gonna do any streaming, it might maybe most likely be on Sunday or Tuesday when I'm finally back at school and such. But I'm not making any promises because my schedule is kind of crud right now. But how I will let you know that there is a stream going on is I'll probably post it on Snapchat and then I'll make a tiny video on YouTube with a link that says, oh, I'm streaming now, just go to this link and then you'll find me streaming there. So, okay, now that's all about it for today. I'll try to make more videos as I can, which I've said probably a million times now. And please stay safe for me. That's all that matters right now. So, that's it, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.